When I was 8 years old, I remember staring at myself in the mirror as if at a stranger and wondering aloud, who are you? This is the question that I've asked almost every day of my life. I am, in the language of the Enneagram, a 4, an individualist or artist type, driven by a quest for meaning and identity. I like being different and tend to define my identity by how I'm different from other people. If everyone else is reading a particular author or listening to a certain band, I am definitely not going to be a fan, though I might secretly watch the same TV shows as everyone else. The worst thing for me is to be ordinary or normal. Ever since I can remember, I've had a very specific taste in aesthetic preferences. As a small child, I would get upset if my parents bought me the wrong shoes or if my jeans didn't fit just right. I consciously developed interests that would make me stand out, like my kindergarten fossil collection, my third grade knowledge of Renaissance art, or my fourth grade hobby researching street drugs. In seventh grade, I developed a fanatical interest in religion. God wasn't so popular in my junior high, so there was plenty of room for me to be special in that arena. I think I've been attracted to the arts and religion because both explore bigger questions about meaning, life and death, and the human soul. Intensive feelings and experiences make me feel alive. I gravitate towards people in crisis, neglected or abused children, homeless friends, or anyone in an extreme situation of psychic pain. Much of this comes from genuine love, but it also makes me feel important, almost as if I need their drama to distract me from the void I often feel inside. When there isn't enough external drama, I create my own. I'll confront someone about how they've hurt me, or push people to delve into their problems, or obsess about my own inadequacies. I have thousands of pages of journal entries in which I've scrawled depressive, navel-gazing thoughts about how I should be different than I am, thinner, more ascetic, more creative, or a better husband, father, or friend. As a younger person, I wrote songs with titles like Pistol to My Brain and gravitated to Bible passages about being broken, wretched, and embittered that resonated with my tortured state of mind. Sometimes these dark thoughts bleed into my conversations and I end up embarrassing myself and feeling like no one understands me. My work as a teacher, writer, and speaker flows from my strengths as a meaning seeker. One gift of my personality is having the sensitivity and self-knowledge to mine the depths of human experience in ways that help others understand themselves better. Since I don't ever like being in boxes, I'm pretty good at inviting other people to get out of theirs, to reimagine their lives. Now, I'm an aristocratic artist type, not the hippie kind, which means I wish to be both creative and successful. Despite my confident and sometimes peacock-like appearance, I'm actually quite insecure. Every time I approach the page or the stage, I feel like my worth as a person is somehow on trial. Am I going to be dazzling? Are people going to think that I have something unique and important to say? The curious wrinkle of my personality is that no amount of praise or accomplishments satisfies me. I don't actually care that much about what other people think of me. I care more about what I think of myself. And I am my harshest critic. I also tend to be intensely jealous of anyone who is more highly praised, original, or well-known than I am. I will fixate on their flaws and weaknesses, judge them a sellout or a fraud, and on a bad day, voice these opinions to others. According to Father Thomas Keating, each of us has believed a fundamental lie about ourselves, a false self that creates pain for ourselves and others. For me, this lie is that I'm only valuable if I'm exceptional. Knowing this dark side of my personality, here are a few steps that I've taken to grow. First, when I feel the urge to help someone, I pause to discern whether I'm feeding on their drama or really actually being invited by the Spirit to do something to help them. Second, I keep moving. It's easy for me to get stuck in the black hole of self-scrutiny. For many people, journaling is a helpful tool to becoming more self-aware. But for someone like me, who's a bit too in touch with their feelings and flaws, it's better to focus on actions that serve a bigger vision. Third, I try to live by disciplines and routines. Because I'm so easily driven by my emotions, it's healthy for me to follow a schedule of prayer, sleep, work, exercise, limiting the amount of free time I spend escaping with food and drink, entertainment, or fantasies. And fourth, I try to be still and remember who I really am. I believe the truth about me is that I'm valuable and loved, not for what I accomplish or because I'm special, but simply because I am, a being made in the image of and for relationship with its maker. Life is inherently meaningful, whether or not I'm feeling it at the moment. I am special in the way that we all are. Regular contemplative prayer helps me remember these things. When I'm doing well, I'm disciplined and creative and use my uniqueness to serve the greater good. And I can look in the mirror and see the face of one who is beloved. A prayer I often say is inspired by the example of Jesus. I am your child. You love me. With me you are well pleased. I live by your word and breath, not by the desires of my body. I rule and create through constant surrender, not through wealth or power. I know who I am, your beloved, and nothing can take that away from me.